are the world. We are the people. No, we not, my nigga. Sometimes the best thing that you can do is get far away from black people. I'm not running with all that foundational black bullshit, that kumbaya bala bullshit, because if you let the wrong if you let your own people catch you, we got our kids outside in the kid. Niggas kids is running around stomping out grown folks. Nigga can't tell me nothing. I went out in my projects, pissy drunk, venting behind this Cassie and Diddy situation and got shot.
What it do, family? It's your boy TW, back at it again with another one. Yes, we are most definitely uncensored. We got some things going on. Like I always say, wouldn't be news and/or content if we ain't had some things going on. Now, would it be? Talk to me nicely. Best believe I talk back. If you're new to the channel, like, share. Most importantly, subscribe. Don't ever play yourself. Let's get into these reactions, shall we? Yes, we shall. Let's continue.
Everybody cared about the Diddy situation, but nobody gave a damn about the Afrika Bambaataa situation. And then you got niggas like N.O.R.E. I swear to God, I have no respect for N.O.R.E. or his platform. You gonna ask KRS-One how he felt about Afrika Bambaataa? My question to N.O.R.E. is, if Afrika Bambaataa put his cucumber in your son's mouth, if Afrika Bambaataa put some Vaseline on his cucumber and he played with your son, what they call his starfish, his little Duke shoe, how would you feel about that, N.O.R.E.? Why would you have to ask another man about how he feel about another man who's obsessed with little boys? Why would you have to ask?
Now, family. I don't know what made N.O.R.E. ask Afrika Bambaataa that question, but as you can see, it really pissed Hassan Campbell off. Now, I'm going to play this back so we can hear from the beginning and let him go on his tirade, his rant about N.O.R.E., and then we're going to get to the reaction at the end.
Everybody cared about the Diddy situation, but nobody gave a damn about the Afrika Bambaataa situation. And then you got niggas like N.O.R.E. I swear to God, I have no respect for N.O.R.E. or his platform. You gonna ask KRS-One how he felt about Afrika Bambaataa? My question to N.O.R.E. is, if Afrika Bambaataa put his cucumber in your son's mouth, if Afrika Bambaataa put some Vaseline on his cucumber and he played with your son, what they call his starfish, his little Duke shoe, how would you feel about that, N.O.R.E.? Why would you have to ask another man about how he feel about another man who's obsessed with little boys? Why would you have to ask KRS-One that, N.O.R.E.? Why would you have to ask KRS-One that, N.O.R.E.? You don't have your own morals? Why would you have to ask anybody that when you're the one that told everybody that there's a door? I don't know if it's sacrifice. I don't know if it's a little bit of homo. N.O.R.E., you said that.
Before we continue with this scenario here, I just want to say I don't condone talking about nobody's kids. I don't condone getting personal. But other people got different situations going on, and other people got different feelings about how they gonna handle something. Don't ever play yourself. We ain't here to ever tell nobody how to make their content. All we here to do is react to the content. But of course, now, family, that shit he just said about N.O.R.E. kid, though, that was crazy. Because I don't even know what to say about that, family. Like, I just let him keep going. Go on.
Ain't got no time to be playing games with niggas. Then N.O.R.E. want to make you believe that he ain't go through the door. Why you think he gets so drunk? Now the nigga dying, he want to go jogging. Now he done killed his liver and he done killed his kidneys. Now he want to go jogging. N.O.R.E., why you jogging, huh? Why was you so drunk? Because you went through the door? The same doors that you was talking about? And ever since you went straight, no, my nigga, you were being sponsored by evil. How you got those sponsors? Good people don't get evil sponsors. Good people don't get evil sponsors, my nigga.
Family. We here for the content. Now, if you think Hassan went too far, put in the comment section. Talk to me nicely. Let's believe I talk back. Me personally, I understand why he's saying what he said. He's saying that because you got to think he was a kid when this scenario happened to him with African Bambaataa. So now you, as a big time notarized content creator now, Drink Champs N.O.R.E, you bring KRS-One on your platform. You ask him what he thinks about African Bambaataa. People ain't stupid, N.O.R.E. You're really asking what does KRS-One think about the situation that transpired allegedly that came out with African Bambaataa. That's ain't no more African Bambaataa. It's Bambaataa in the scenario with him liking little boys and all types of scenarios like that. That was the purpose of him asking the question. Now, do I think it was a harmful question? No, I don't think so. But in the same token, I'm not Hassan Campbell, so I can't take it that way. This scenario doesn't affect me the way it affects him. You see that there, family? People don't look at the things that they say out their mouth because it don't affect them the way it affect the person who you're basically implying you're talking about. Well, you grew up and we were made it in hip hop, and this guy here was one of the founders of hip hop, and you, sir, KRS, is one of the founders. What do you think about him that these things have come out about him? I mean, it's actually a fair question, family, because he's a hip hop person speaking about things that have transpired over the years that people, quote unquote, allegedly didn't know about. I guess that's the spinoff right there. I guess that's the why Hassan said what he said about about these doors. You said you this and that. So you're placating to a fact of unknown when, my boy, this is known. So now you playing with people's intelligence because you acting like it's something made up. Like, oh, what do you think about this scenario that just came about out of nowhere? No, this ain't come about out of nowhere. He's been doing this, and people knew he was doing this, and nobody said nothing about the fact that he was doing this. That's my personal opinion, Hassan's opinion, and his belief. And that's why he is going off the way he did go off on N.O.R.E about that situation. I mean, family, I could be wrong. I ain't 100% right. We ain't always gonna be right. We ain't supposed to be always right. Nobody is. Ain't nobody supposed to be 100% perfect. Only thing we can try to do is get the best logical understanding we can get and get as closest to the actual truth of things as we can get, especially dealing with these internet streets. Don't ever play yourself. These internet streets is tricking people left and right. Well, family, in any event, that's Hassan Campbell feelings, and it is what it is. But what we're gonna do now is we're gonna get into this next reaction, shall we? Yes, we shall. Let's continue.
Molly says Black Americans don't know their fathers.
African Americans, they don't even know their fathers. They don't even know their fathers. It was all of them, most of them were the product of one night stand. One night stand. They will tell you, I don't know my father. Well, who named you? Whose name are you carrying? Well, my mother chose his name for me. I don't know. Is that what we want for our ummah? No. كلهم أو معظمهم أبناء الزنا. أبناء الزنا. Why? Because man, he has to give up the seed. And because the marriage will limit them, they will go from one to another to a third. Subhanallah, It's one of the African American brother who accepted Islam. He said, Sheikh, Islam limited me. Only allowed me 4 wives. He said, before I became a Muslim, I had 40 girls, mashallah, tabarakallah. And I used to maintain all of them well, tabarakallah. But he said, now Islam is limiting me only to 4. So children will be well taken care of. And there won't be children who do not know.
You got the nerve to say we don't know our fathers? We really? Let's check that. Hope you guys know yours.
25 years, I have a business in Minnesota.
Fashion isn't just what she sells, it's what she loves. And for 5 years, she's poured her heart into it. A single mom and business owner just trying to get by.
Family. Here you got this woman in Minnesota, 25 years, not married, with children. Make it make sense. Now, family. As you can see, they in Minnesota when he's making these nasty little remarks. And as you can see, they got a woman, 25 years, single, with children, living in Minnesota. Yet and still, you got the nerve to make them nasty remarks about Black Americans. Well, let's go back to hear what he had to say one more time.
Don't know their
Especially
fathers.
African Americans, they don't even know their fathers. They don't even know their fathers. It was all of them, most of them were the product of one night stand. One night stand. They will tell you.
You hear him, family? Product of one night stand. What about that Somalian woman we just seen in Minnesota running her shop for 25 years? 25 years with kids. She ain't getting them kids by herself. Them kids ain't just being implanted into her uterus and popping out. Where they coming from? Somebody's getting her pregnant, but they ain't marrying her. But you got the nerve to say things like that?
I don't know my father. Well, who named you? Whose name are you carrying?
Well, sir, who named that woman's kids? That in that shop in Minnesota. Whose name did that woman's kids carry? And you talking about Black Americans?
My mother chose his name for me. And I don't know. Is that what we want for our ummah?
I don't know, sir. Family, we don't know. Is that what you want for your woman? Because we her ass on the news. She was just on the news, single, 25 years, with a group of kids. Not 1, not 2, but about 4. She had about 4 puppies. And she was single for 25 years.
Why? Because man, he has to give up the seed. And because the marriage will limit them, they will go from one to another to a third.
Really? Really? Is that a fact? So what about that lady with them 4 puppies? Is it 1 father? Is it 2 fathers? Is it 3? Or is it 4? Which one is it there? Because you got all that smoke for Black Americans, she got her own shop and everything. With her puppy, you're out there stealing, allegedly, billions of dollars, and then you got the nerve to talk about Black Americans in the same token and to say we don't know our fathers. That woman, her Somalian puppies, don't know their father. How about that? How about you sit up on that podium and you explain that?
It's one of the African American brother who accepted Islam. He said, Sheikh, Islam limited me. Only allowed me 4 wives. He said, before I became a Muslim, I had 40 girls, mashallah, tabarakallah. And I used to maintain all of them well, tabarakallah. But he said, now it's
40 girls. And you see these jokers laughing? You knew a Black American that said he had 40 girls and he maintained them all? It sounds like you're regurgitating something about your own self about there, buddy. Because as we seen, that Somalian woman out there in Minnesota with 4 puppies, they can't explain that because
Islam is limiting it only to 4. So children will be well taken care of. And they won't.
The man who had 40 women and submit to only 4 women. So the kids will be well taken care of. Really? So you need to explain to me, my Somalian, no, I can't even call you Somalian brother because y'all said y'all ain't black. So I need y'all to explain to us, Black Americans, because you said the nasty things you said about us. Why is there a woman in Minnesota in 2025 going to 26 who had a shop for 25 years with 4 puppies with no husband? And you got the nerve to say that? Who named her kids? You need to explain.
Behind a spice shop and grocery store, you'll find Sarah Jama's clothing shop.
25 years I have a business.
Family. Did you hear her, family? 25 years she had that business. 25 years. In Minnesota, where they allegedly stole $1.something billion. Oh, yeah. With her puppies. They ain't got no daddy. Did this mama, see that? Puppies, a last name, or they just don't have no last name, just a first name? That's what's going on out there in Minnesota? She ain't got no daddy for them kids, so they can't get a last name. They just got to be nameless, one first name. That's it. Jamal? Huh? That's what's happening?
Minnesota.
Fashion isn't just what she sells, it's what she loves. And for 5 years, she's poured her heart into it. A single mom and business owner just trying to get by.
She's a single mom with her own business, and she's been doing it alone for 25 years and taking care of her puppies with no last name, only your first name, probably Jamal. Only because she had no Somalian daddy for them. But they got the nerve to talk about Black Americans ain't got no daddy. Black Americans are products of one-night stands? Really? Look at this woman right here. What are her puppies a product of? Love? How? She's been alone for 25 years. What she's been canoodling doing? Well, I don't know. Let's ask her.
But this week, her sense of safety has been shattered.
I'm not comfortable sometimes because when I drive, when I'm sitting somewhere, not comfortable like before.
She says the president.
Now, family, she's scared. She's not comfortable no more. Why is she not comfortable no more, family? You're not comfortable no more because of what the president said about cracking down on third. Are you illegal, you and your puppies? Is that the problem why you're not comfortable no more? What's happening? Are they not also citizens out there? I don't know. We don't know, fam.
The first person to say this, but us Somalis are not black.
Somalis are not black.
We're not black, we're not Arab, we're Somali.
We are Somalis, not black. There, I said.
Shut up, nigga. Niggas don't want to hear that. You fake. This is a PS alleged. You weenies is out there stealing $1.7 something billion out there in Minnesota. You're talking about black people ain't got no father. That woman ain't had no daddy for her puppies in 25 years. How dare you, sir? And you know, Black Americans, you gotta look at this kind of funny. I'm not the only one that think this, because we come from the what? From the street, nothing to some, and we ain't letting you weenies live off of us no more. That's the way this is happening. You're not living off of us no more. You got that?
That's cool. I gotta look at that with a side eye.
Sort of like a smack in the face. See, I already know the rules. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit the subscribe button. And pay attention to your circle before they gunshot.
Stand tall or lose it all, lose it all. So what you wanna do, huh? Stand tall on your feet, or lose it all, lose it all. So So what you wanna do, huh? Stand tall on your feet or lose it all, lose it all. So what you gonna do, huh? Stand tall or lose it all, stand tall or lose it all. For the world, I get to gunning like a gangster move. This ain't no gangster movie, homie. This is real